Hey guys, Mike here from Clicked Marketing, and I wanted to do a quick video. I've been getting a lot of questions about what you should do if you were hit by Google's recent algorithm update. So I wanted to put together a plan and how you should handle it. So let's dive in and talk about it. Okay, for those of you that don't know, on December 3rd last week, Google released what they call a core algorithm update, which is a broad update to their algorithm. And a lot of people saw sites lose traffic, lose rankings. Other people saw sites gain traffic and gain rankings. But if you were one of those people who got hit by this algorithm update, I wanted to talk about what you should be doing right now, how you should react to that update, and what you can do with your site. So I put together a step-by-step guide for you. We'll go through it here together. Step 1, absolutely panic. You need to panic a good 24 to 48 hours. Just freak out. Everything, the sky's falling. Absolute panic. After you finish that, step 2, you need to panic some more. What you did in step 1 wasn't enough. You got to really dive in and really start to freak out. You probably lost your site forever. It's never going to gain its traffic back. Panic. After you finish that step, we're going to really double down now. Totally lose your shit. Just absolutely freak out. Tell everyone that Google is the worst company that it was ever created. Their search results are terrible. Everything in the search results now is spam. Every site that ranks ahead of you is awful, and your content's better than them. Tell everyone that you're going to start using Bing or DuckDuckGo or whatever Apple's coming out with next, because they're all better than Google. Just completely lose it for a couple days. Step 4, you're going to realize that, you know what, I do need that traffic back, and I need to figure out how to recover my site. So go and just read every blog you can find. You're going to find there's going to be tons out there that say that they've cracked the code and they've figured out the algorithm and they know how to recover your site. Even though the update just rolled out a couple days ago, they've got it all figured out already. So read everything you can find until you find the one that you like and that seems the easiest for you to implement. And then just tear down everything. Forget what got you there in the first place. Forget about all the success you've had for all these months or years in ranking pages. Just tear down everything and just start over. Now, obviously, this is not serious, but I did want to put out a couple ideas there. And obviously, those steps I put together, you see that every time one of these updates rolls out, that people just absolutely panic and freak out and they start doing things differently than what they had been doing for years, change all their processes, change what they think that Google wants to rank pages, and just completely change everything they do. We've been through this before. These core algorithms are nothing new. We've been through them for several years. So I'm going to put together some actual steps that if your site was hit last week, December 3rd, when the update rolled out, or the days after, what you really should be doing right now. So first is ignore the noise. Just ignore everything that's out there. You're going to see people who, like I said, say that they've, the one common one I always see is that they cracked the code or cracked the algorithm and they figured out what the new update is looking for. Anyone who is putting out any kind of analysis on this update right now is either putting out clickbait, just trying to get your clicks, or it's just a premature analysis. What we typically see when these core algorithm updates roll out is they take at least a good week to fully roll out. I think in the past, Google's actually even confirmed that a week or so after the update, they'll say the update's now fully out. So anyone who's put together any kind of analysis at this point, their analysis, it's premature at best. The data's flawed because it's going to change. We see this all the time. So right now, just ignore the noise, ignore what people are saying about the update. just don't do anything. The other thing you want to do is, or I should say, don't do anything different. Trust your process. Okay, whatever you did to get you to that point, to get you to the top of the mountain the first time, or to get you ranking pages on page one, is likely going to work again. Trust what got you there. Don't go changing everything and thinking that you have to redo everything you've ever done, or you have to change all your processes and the way you rank pages. Trust what got you there in the first place. And what I would do right now is I would just keep doing that. Whatever got you to page one, keep doing those same activities. Even if your site hasn't recovered yet, just keep pushing those same processes that got you there in the first place. And the last thing you need to do is just have patience. And this is probably the hardest thing. It's very easy to freak out and want to make changes to try to recover your site right away. But again, we've seen this over and over again. Just have some patience. What happens very often when these algorithm updates roll out is things kind of, the SERPs get kind of chaotic for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks. Things are just kind of all up in the air. We've seen sites that lose rankings drastically, 20, 30% losses. And then what happens after a couple weeks, things just sort of revert back to pretty close to where they were before the update rolled out. We've seen this time and time again where people say the site got hit. It lost a bunch of traffic, lost a bunch of rankings. 2 weeks later, rankings are back to where they were, sometimes even better than what they were before. Sometimes it might be a little longer than 2 weeks, but just have patience, trust what got you there in the first place, and just keep doing what you've been doing. And again, step 3 here, patience. This may be the hardest step, but it's probably also the most important one. Don't do anything drastic. Don't think that you have to go and rewrite all your content and make a bunch of changes, because what happens then, and I've seen this happen to a lot of people, is they make a bunch of changes in the first couple days after these updates roll out. Then when things do kind of revert back to where they were, they lost their rankings. They never get their rankings back, or they get them back, but they don't recover back to where they were because they changed things so much. And when you start making a lot of changes, it's really hard to figure out which changes had the negative impact or positive impact. So really, again, I know it's the hardest step, but just have some patience. Give it a couple weeks for all the update to roll out, all the data to roll out to all the data centers, and then evaluate where you're at. Remember, this update is still brand new. None of us really know what the update impacted or didn't impact. Give it some time, and then take steps to recover your site if you need to. All right, that's it. That's what you should be doing to react to Google's December core algorithm update.